Hello and welcome. I'm Ashley and this is part 2 of the never-ending Sephora haul. My Sephora VIB Holiday Sale Haul was so large that I did need to split it into two parts. Wow, that was a mouthful. I did need to split it into 2 parts. If you haven't seen the first part, I will be sure to link it in the description box below as well as at the end of this video. If you like beauty hauls and giveaways, be sure to click that subscribe button down below. I have a retail problem. I love to share hauls here on my channel. And I also have a monthly giveaway for my subscribers. You can find the details for that in the description box down there. All right, let's get into the haul. We're gonna start with 2 items I picked up for my Dyson Airwrap. I picked up the smaller size brushes. There is the smoothing brush and then this is the firm smoothing brush. Since my hair is more on the fine side, I thought that these would work a little bit better for me than the ones that came with my Dyson Airwrap. I am a little bit bummed that they didn't have the copper in this one. This one, it doesn't really matter. You can't tell because there's no colored bristles, but on the regular smoothing brush it does have these colored bristles, and because they don't have the copper I had to just get the regular fuchsia, which I'm not a huge fan of, but not a big deal. These were both I think about $40 each, so you know, not ecstatic that I had to add these onto the already expensive Airwrap that I purchased. I hope that maybe in the future they'll come out with a set that gives you the option of getting these smaller brushes and in the copper, because the copper is the best color. The next section of this haul is called Caviar Stick Madness because we literally have 6 caviar sticks that I picked up in addition to the other caviar sticks I already had. I'm trying to just collect all of them. That's my goal, is that maybe by spring I will own every single shade of Laura Mercier caviar stick. So shout out to you, Laura Mercier. I picked up Khaki, Sand Glow, which is a nice pewter kind of shade, Metallic Taupe, Burnished Bronze, which I'm really excited about. This one looks beautiful for holiday. Oh my gosh. Cocoa. This is just a good chocolate brown. And last but not least, Cobblestone, which looks like a nice, just regular old taupe. Poor Cobblestone, he's a little bit wonky. I love the formula of the caviar sticks. They are so nice and creamy. I love that they give you enough time to work with them before they dry down. I just find them to be very, very easy to work with. And the ones that are shimmers or metallics are very light reflective. The matte ones, I mean, oh my gosh, a matte cream shadow is so nice to work with because no matter how creamy a matte powder shadow formula is, you absolutely cannot get it as creamy as a matte cream shadow. So I love the matte ones too. All right, let's go ahead and go through the rest of the Laura Mercier products that I picked up because I do have several more from Laura Mercier. I picked up the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. I got the shade 0.5N. I also picked up the Laura Mercier Eyebrow Pencil and I got the shade Blonde. Surprise, surprise, right? I picked up 2 of the, what are these called? Velour Extreme Matte Lipsticks. Kind of shocked as to why I wanted matte lipsticks, but I love these crayon versions of lipsticks. So I got these shades Power, which is just I'm really excited. That looks like a really nice berry red, almost fuchsia red. It's just, wow. I'm excited to try that color. I already own Dominate, which is a true red. And then I also picked up the color Fresh, which looked like a nice deep rose. I also picked up the Pure Canvas Primer in the blurring formula. It's silicone free and it's supposed to blur, so excited to try that. And then the last item I picked up from Laura Mercier is one of the blush color infusions. This is a powder blush, and I got the shade Chai. So I just tried the Fenty Glow Cream Blush, which is a similar shade to this. And the reason I got that is because I saw Kate the Great use it, and it looked so flattering on her. And it's not a color I would have thought to pick up. So when I saw how flattering the Fenty Glow looked on her, I kind of started looking around for other blushes that had kind of that tawny rose shade going on, that little bit of more of like a nude rose. So I started looking for those because I just was like, wow, I have never thought to get blushes in that color, but it just looked so flattering on her. And the Fenty Glow blush, I am obsessed with it. It is so beautiful on the skin. I tried it in my most recent first impressions video. Again, I will link it down below, and I'll link it up above as well in case you want to check that out. But wow, like so beautiful, so flattering. And again, not a color I would have thought of. So I've just been kind of trying to like branch out a little bit and try some shades like that. So that is why I picked up this shade, again, Chai. Another concealer, I picked up the Bobbi Brown Intensive Skin Serum Concealer. I picked this up because I picked up the, how many times can I say picked up? I ordered. I didn't pick anything up. They brought it to my door. I ordered this because I also ordered the Bobbi Brown Intensive Skin Serum like foundation. They don't carry it at Sephora. I ordered it from Nordstrom, but I picked this up in shade Porcelain. That looks like it'll be a good shade match for under my eyes. Again, in case you haven't heard, I self-tan this part of my body during the winter. I don't see the need to self-tan these because they don't get any, like, they don't get shown off at all. So yeah, so that's why my arms are so pale compared to this part of me, because I'm only self-tanning from here to like right about here. You can't see, but right about there, wherever a shirt would cut. That's all I'm self-tanning in the winter. I am not wasting self-tanner on my arms right now. Then another product from Bobbi Brown. I think this is the last Bobbi Brown product I have from this haul, and that is the Bobbi Brown Perfectly Defined Gel Eyeliner. I picked up the shade Scotch, so this is just a good brown. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, it's got shimmer in it. I forgot about that. I'm gonna be honest. This is first impression's not great. That was very dry when I was putting it on. And look at that. It's kind of crackly looking. Eek. I also ordered a Scattered Light Glitter Shadow from Hourglass. This is in the shade Rapture. I got this because it's like a cranberry kind of color. And I thought, oh my gosh, holiday, celebrate. It looks really beautiful. I also picked up the Smoke shade. That was in my last haul, I believe. So this is the shade, oh my gosh. Which is, you know, that's one positive thing about having like zero pigment to your skin naturally. Swatches show up very true to color, very true to color. Next up is something that I picked up because of Jamie Paige. Her recommendations, she had the Milk Makeup KUSH Lip Balm. This is the shade Nug. So I thought, okay, I've seen several people rave about this. I always want to say everybody. It's clearly not everybody. It's just a few people. So I saw several people rave about this. I picked up the shade Nug. It looked like a nice, like, just kind of nudish shade for me. And again, I've heard really great things about this lip balm. I tend to just use the Laneige, I never know how to say it. The Laneige, like, lip glowy balm. I tend to just use that. I just want to smell it. Ooh, it has a very, like, specific scent. I can't remember what this scent is. It's a very lip balmy scent. Anyway, I figured it was time to try a new lip balm out, and since that one came so highly recommended, I thought, let's give it a shot. I also picked up 2 lip liners, or actually these are Rouge Artist or Artist color pencils, so I think you can use them for lips or eyes, either one, from Makeup Forever. I picked up Anywhere Caffeine and Countless Crimson. Anywhere Caffeine was a Jamie Paige recommendation for just like, I think like a deeper nude. I use that word so loosely. I don't even know what I don't even know what it means anymore, but that's fine. And also I picked up the color Countless Crimson because I didn't have a lip pencil exactly like this and like that nice of a berry, deep like berry shade. So I decided to pick that up because I love a berry lip for holiday, and I will pretty soon, that's all I'm going to be wanting to wear. It's just berries and reds. And so I decided to go ahead and pick that one up. I have used one of these pencils before. I have the shade Wherever Walnut. I have like a small size one, and it has lasted me forever, and it's actually quite comfortable and has really good pigment to it. So went ahead and picked up 2 of those. I also picked up a lipstick from Makeup Forever. I love the way that they do these. These are the Rouge Artist lipsticks. I picked up 112 Chic Brick. This is a nice tawny rose lipstick. Again, I've been like all about the tawny colors. I actually knew a lady named Tawny once. She was the caterer. She was very nice lady. I'm actually really excited to try that. That looks like something that would be up my alley. It's like something that I would like on like every day, but then it's just got a touch more of brown to it than what I would normally go for the rest of the year. So I think that'll be awesome for the little bit of fall we have left before we get into winter. Although here in Delaware, it feels like winter. It is freaking cold. It's so windy. It's cold and it's dry. It's so dry. All right, before the big finale, I have a few more lip products to show you. The first is this Mario Master Mattes Pro Lip Palette that I'm trying to get out. You guys, you know how obsessed I am with lipsticks. So I thought, wow, I could mix my own lipsticks. It comes with this little palette and then this little lip brush that has like a little beveled edge so that you can, I guess, scoop out all the different colors. But like, how awesome is this? I'm like so ecstatic to try this. I am sure I will not end up using this often, but just the idea that I could be sitting here creating my own perfect shades. I don't know. I think I like had this like fantasy self in my head, and I was like, yeah, that'll be me. I'll have time to do that. So I picked it up because I said on my Instagram, because I've shared some of these things I've already shared on Instagram stories. So if you saw my Instagram stories, I'm sorry if this is a repeat for you. But on my Instagram stories, I likened it to like Build-A-Bear. This is like adult Build-A-Bear for me. So I don't know. Maybe it was a little bit of an ambitious purchase, but I'm excited to own it. All right, I also picked up Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Scarlet Spell. I think this was a Kate the Great recommendation. I'm almost positive. I'm gonna be honest, I watched so many Sephora recommendations videos that kind of are like running together in my mind about who influenced me to buy what, but I'm pretty sure this came from Kate the Great. I tend to like shades that she likes. I think we have similar colorings. I may be a touch more neutral than she is, but she has like a Scandinavian fair thing going on. I have a Scottish fair thing going on. They're relatively close, so you know, that might have something to do with it. But I think this is so beautiful. It's like it says, it's just a nice scarlet shade. And I love Charlotte Lipberry. I love Charlotte Tilbury lip formulas. Wow. So excited to try that. I think it will be a really good holiday color. And then this one I'm super excited about. This is from Tom Ford. Oh my God, I love you, Tom Ford. I never even want to use his lipsticks because I just get so happy about that beautiful like TF that's imprinted on there. It's just so beautiful. But I saw this shade and the model that was wearing it, it just really spoke to me. So this is a nice like rose mauve. It's like a berry mauve though. See that? See how almost it looks kind of close to the one next to it? It's definitely got like a berry mauve going on. So it feels like it could be a holiday color, but a holiday color that's like closer to the colors that I would wear year round. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to get at is there are certain shades that I only really wear during holiday. And then I have maybe like 1 or 2 shades that are like, I guess, shades that I wear year round that I would classify as being holiday-ish. But this one felt like something that could definitely be like a holiday shade, but also like a year-round shade. Like it feels like it could work year-round, just depending on what I, pair it with. So I don't know. I have some high hopes, big dreams for this lipstick. I put a lot of aspirations onto lipsticks. They are inanimate objects, but that's fine. I have dreams for them. All right, the last lip product is this Dior Lip Maximizer Lip Plumper. I got the shade, oh my gosh, I can't read that. Beige something. I'll put it on the screen. I own one of these in the holographic purple because at the very beginning of the life of this channel, I did like a monochromatic lilac look. I was having like a lavender kind of phase in the spring. I was all about spring, I think because I was stuck inside and I just became obsessed with flowers. And so I did like a full monochrome lilac look, and I bought a lip maximizer for that in holographic purple, and I really like the formula a lot. So I went ahead and picked this one up. It's literally like, I mean, it's just like a barely even there kind of shade. It's mainly just to add gloss and some hyaluronic plumping. All right, let's get down to the grand finale. This is the really serious part of the haul. We're gonna have a short, serious conversation here. Ever since Pat McGrath started coming out with her very expensive, but I'm sure very worth it, eyeshadow palettes, I've been intrigued, but I've never bought one because I don't go for colorful makeup looks, and so often her palettes have like these pops of color, or they're predominantly a color that I don't think I would wear very often, and I just never really felt like there was a palette that was like, okay, that would work for me. And I just didn't want to, I don't know, I just never ended up buying one because it just didn't feel right. So during the Sephora sale though, I decided, you know what, I'm going to finally pick up one of these Pat McGrath palettes because I want to find out, do these work for people like me who tend to go for more like natural makeup looks? Will they work for me? So I decided I was going to get one, and I was like, I need to decide which one to get, like which one is right for me. And so I wanted to see them swatched. So I typed into YouTube, as one is wont to do. I typed in like Pat McGrath palette collection because I thought surely someone has a collection and they'll show me all of them and I can figure out which one. Well, lo and behold, Michelle Wong has a whole video where she ranks her Pat McGrath palettes. So I clicked on that thinking, this is great. Michelle is going to tell me which of these palettes is best and which one is for me. And she did that, except the only problem is that by the end of the video, it wasn't one Pat McGrath palette that was right for me. It was 3 Pat McGrath palettes that were right for me. So I went from owning 0 to owning 3. Thank you, Michelle. So yeah, I haven't taken these out of their boxes yet because I'm like, I don't know, they're like gold to me. So I'm gonna unbox them and swatch them and show them to you guys. And this is the grand finale of this 2-part haul. So this first one is the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership 1 Subliminal Eye Palette. I think this might have been number 1 on Michelle's. I know that the one that was number 1 on Michelle's video is the one that has the pop of blue. Oh my God, this is really nice. Oh, okay. Okay, this is like, I mean, this is really nice. You know how I feel about good packaging. Yes. Okay, so I think this one was number 1 on Michelle's video because see, you've got a lot of like good, like neutral colors. And then a pop of blue. So that looks, oh my God, looks really pretty. I'm gonna swatch it and show you. I say I'm gonna swatch it and show you guys as if I'm not the last person on the Pat McGrath Labs bus. Like I'm like literally the last person getting on the train here. So I'm gonna be honest, these look really nice and very glimmery, and I feel like most shades in this palette I will use. I feel like I probably wouldn't use that blue very often. Maybe I would use it for like a liner or something, but the other shades in the palette look like shades that I actually would use to like pull a look together. So the second palette I picked up from Pat McGrath, this is the Mothership 5, I'm so bad with Roman numerals, you guys. The Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction palette. This was the one that like I was always super convinced that I would want. So these are all shades that I'm drawn to, except maybe like this one down here, this plummy color. Not like super drawn to it, but with that one exception, which I'm actually sure that I may end up really liking that shade. Sometimes I'm a little bit wrong. Sometimes I'm mildly surprised, pleasantly surprised, if you will. So this just looked like something straight off the bat bat that I was like, yes, I could see myself gravitating towards this. So this was always the palette that I kind of had in mind, that if I were going to get one, it would be this one. So once I had, you know, seen Michelle's video and figured out that, okay, the subliminal looks, subliminal? I keep needing to check. Yes, it's subliminal. The subliminal looks like, you know, something that'd be good for every day, and it's very neutral, and I'm kind of drawn to that. But then I was like not ready to let go of this one, the Bronze Seduction. So I went ahead and put it in my cart, and that's how we wound up with two. The other thing that really got me is when I was looking at swatches of these, I kind of felt like there were a good number of shadows in there that could be like one and done shades for me. And I love a one and done shade. All right, last but not least, I picked up the Mothership 2 Sublime. This one is like really, I don't remember what it looks like. Here we go. All right, again, the way that they do the packaging of these is so beautiful. I love that it's like its own little box that it sits inside, and like the lacquer look of this is so beautiful. And then the back, this gold is just so nice. Okay, yes, I remember this one now. Okay, so interestingly enough, this was not one that I was ever like drawn to. I don't think I ever had this in my cart, and I don't know what Michelle said about this palette, but whatever she said about it, it made me need it. So here we are. And now that I'm looking at it, I can kind of see this is, I mean, this is kind of beautiful. And there's a couple shades in here that look very holiday, like specifically this one and this one, very holiday, but like the shift on them is crazy. Like when I look at this, like right now, you see it as green. And when I look at it from the side, it looks purple. Like that's just so cool. And I don't own anything like that. Like I have never picked up any of like the trio chromes from Natasha Denona or anything like that. So I don't really own anything that shifts in that way. So I think these will be a really good addition to my collection, because I don't own shadows like this. You know, so often I'm buying like palettes that look like other palettes that I own that maybe are a little bit different and the formula is a little different. And I love that. I love buying things that I know that I'm going to get use out of. But it's kind of nice to, on occasion, branch out and try something new. I rarely do that with eyeshadow. So I think that this was like a good decision, and I'm kind of pretty much excited, if you can't tell. I'm a little overwhelmed because I feel like, what if I don't know how to work with these? I'm gonna have to watch several tutorials and play around with them a good bit, but I'm really excited. And I would love for you to let me know in the comments, which of these 3 Pat McGrath palettes would you most like to see me use in a look? Let me know. All right, you guys, we did it. It was a long and fun journey, but we have finally come to the end of my Sephora 2020 holiday sale haul, my holiday, if you will. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I love makeup. It has been an escape for me for years and years, and it's just so fun to get to share this love with you guys. And I appreciate you being here and your comments on my videos, and when you comment on my Instagram, it just means so much to me. So thank you for spending time with me. I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, you take care of yourself. All right, bye.